Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Drifter Saloon. Ven Corbin here with another featured superstar, and this time it is Lex Luger Wolfpac. Very excited about this character. He is a showboat, aggressive showboat from the Attitude Era. I'm mostly excited about this character because his coaching ability is green gems do 600 more damage at 300 and the 2200 at 9k. The reason why I am mad is because I did not get this character this weekend, and I sorely need a green gem coach. Pairing him with Hogan is 4400 green gem damage, and that would have been very handy to have. But as you all know, if you've been following the series thus far, we gather the content creators and other folks if they want to be a part of it, and we rate the weekend superstar on how we feel they performed and stack up to others. Lex Luger is a showboat, piggybacking off of the previous conversation of Montez Ford. So this will be kind of a question of how good is this character on his own, and hopefully he can stack up to the showboat we're hopefully getting by the end of the month. As per usual, please do not send any hate to any content creators, and of course if you have any time and you can do so, please support them by clicking the links down below in the description box. We would greatly appreciate it. Some link to Twitch, some link to Twitter, or YouTube, not Twitter. So, either way, it's greatly appreciated if you can support these folks because they do a lot to help us in the saloon by giving us their reviews. It's time to jump into it. Starting off with 2Bob, finally, not only an absolute bombshell of a Lex Luger card has been released, WCW Lex has finally arrived, but he's the best feuding showboat in the game. So if anybody watched my previous video, posted yesterday, 2Bob was talking a lot about showboats, or feuds versus showdowns, so he is the best feuding showboat in the game. 2Bob continues to say, this card compares to that of Tech Brock, who I currently revere as the best feuding tech in the game. As stated before, I hold feud higher than showdown standards, and this is why I rank Lex higher than Ford as a showboat released this month. Unstoppable. 5 million plus damage sub on a turn 1 in feud. Comes with a kick out and built-in recycling in case people have more than 5 million plus health. Not much more needs to be said besides, please let me get him. That is a very strong start there, 2Bob. So, something I forgot to mention at the very beginning, we had 5 content creators that could not give me a review. The first person to put all 5 of the content creators in the comments down below, I don't know, I'll give you like a shout out next video or something fun like that. So, up next is Davey D. For my playstyle, Lex is a 7, but if you like subs, then I'd say a 9. I did put Davies as a 7, because the way I want people to rate this is based on how they perceive the character. So, if you are a submissionist, and you like to have a submission specialist, and you like subs, remember, Davies would actually be a 9, not a 7 in that case, but it's a 7 for what Davey said. Up next, DJ Anon says, that, or he just said yellow, red, red, and then I'm going to show this picture that he sent me because I figured it'd be easier. This is what he sent me. So it's the yellow, red, red with Sting, that's Showboat AJ, Zombie AJ, Tech Drew, and Acro Shelton. He did give me permission to use this picture, so it is from his stream. Definitely check out his content he did previously like that. So just throwing it out there, this is what DJ Anon sent us for his build for Lex Luger Wolfpac. Back to it, Godflow says, effective for feud subbing, but extremely boring and slow. Oof, we have a direct competition with 2Bob there, so Godflow is not on the same flow as the Bob of 2. Goalie says, sub the size of Tech Brock, board destruction up the wazoo, yellow gem damage even further up the wazoo, very, very fun. Will be interesting to see in the sub in feuds. A lot of wazoos there. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It might be a Canadian word, but wazoo sounds like something Mario would say when he does a jump. J-Man says, a very high damage torture rack sub, which is easy to recycle with feud bonuses. He'll be pushing over 3.5 million damage, which is just an insane amount of damage. Sorry, that's Ven's commentary. That's a lot of damage for a sub. More with the right sub trainers. Coaching ability 2200 green gem buff is useful for showdown for a lot of characters. J-Man, I totally agree that 2200 green gem buff would be absolutely super useful. Think of something like that on Riddle. So Gerson comes in saying, Luger is great. Submission is a beast. Many specs that work great and are effective. I'd say he's an 8 mainly because nothing really feels special about it. Super effective, but I don't see myself picking him over others on my roster for that one roster spot available. Very true. When we see all the stack ups, you know, maybe Gerson's going to go the Montez Ford route. Sheik, just to preface it, I'm not going to be doing Sheik's bonus line here. I can't do it justice, but Sheik says, I think Lex is a strong entry into this game, and it's refreshing to once again see a character that utilizes common trainers in his most ideal setups. Where Lex falters is 95% of his positives revolve around his sub. He reminds me of Carmella, where if you can't get a sub off or someone equips an escape artist plate, you're a sitting duck. Lex also doesn't have the added benefit of being able to do the dodge like Carmella and the other tricksters with subs do. Very true. That is probably something that a lot of people overlooked, is that if he is very submission heavy, escape artist plate is going to be detrimental to that. I will need to do more research personally, but not being able to dodge and things like that, that's hit or miss. But I think Sheik is definitely on the right track where everything revolving around his sub is counterable. And then lastly, we have Zinker saying, in what little I saw of Lex, he looks interesting. So, that is all the reviews we had for there. We're going to go over to the Saloon scores, and boom. So, we have as follows. We have a 9.5, 7, 8.5, 8, 9, 8.5, 8, 8, 8, and 8. Very solid around the 8s, averaging him out at 8.25, which, if we had the other content creators or other people who did their voting, I think we probably would have seen him maybe a little bit higher. I would put him in probably a tier 1.5 range. He's not a tier 1, but I don't think he's a tier 2 either because of how versatile, or not how versatile, but how much of a punch he packs with his sub. So the ending here, I'm sorry, I'm kind of tangenting into what my review would be. So this is Ven saying he would be about a 1.5. I think that Luger is definitely something that that a lot of people are going to enjoy having if they want to have that submission character again, because in my opinion, I haven't seen a sub character in a while. I personally, if I can get Lex, I will definitely be getting into 9K just for his trainer, his coach ability. But honestly, from what I've seen in the previews and from what I've seen going against him in Showdown, he looks like a pretty solid character. So, yeah, so with all that being said, I appreciate all the content creators that could throw me their review, and everybody else that threw me their review as well. As it stands right now, the next featured superstar character will be, of course, the one coming up next weekend. Sorry about the Montez Ford one. Montez Ford / Angelo Dawkins one kind of threw people for a loop. But yes, every Sunday I will be posting the MLC characters, and then so that weekend you'll actually get 2 featured superstars. But that's everything I have to say about that, and everything I have to say about Lex Luger. Hopefully you folks got him. If you didn't, that's fine too. But until then, until next time, be safe and take it easy.